Do you have the stomach for the political fight for new gun control laws?
You know, David, I think anybody who was up in Newtown, who talked to the parents, who talked to the families, understands that something fundamental in America has to change. And all of us have to do some soul searching, including me as president, that we allow a situation in which 20 precious small children are getting gunned down in a classroom. And I've been very clear that an assault rifle ban, banning these high-capacity clips, background checks, that there are a set of issues that I have historically supported and will continue to support.
But can you get it done? I mean, the politics is the question.
And so the question is, are we going to be able to have a national conversation and move something through Congress? I'd like to get it done in the first year. I will put forward a very specific proposal based on the recommendations that Joe Biden's task force is putting together as we speak. And so this is not something that I will be putting off. But
the NRA says it's just not going to work. It didn't work before. It's not going to work now.
My response is something has to work. And it is not enough for us to say this is too hard, so we're not going to try. So what I intend to do is I will call all the stakeholders together. I will meet with Republicans. I will meet with Democrats. I will talk to anybody. I think there are a vast majority of responsible gun owners out there who recognize that we can't have a situation in which somebody with severe psychological problems is able to get the kind of high-capacity weapons that this individual in Newtown obtained and gun down our kids. And yes, it's going to be hard.
Should we have an armed guard at every school in the country? That's what the NRA believes. They told me last week that could work.
I'm not going to prejudge the recommendations that are given to me. I am skeptical that the only answer is putting more guns in schools. And I think the vast majority of the American people are skeptical that that somehow is going to solve our problem. And look, here's the bottom line. We're not going to get this done unless the American people decide it's important. And so this is not going to be simply a matter of me spending political capital. One of the things that you learn, having now been in this office for 4 years, is the old adage of Abraham Lincoln's that with public opinion, there's nothing you can't do, and without public opinion, there's very little you can get done in this town. So I'm going to be putting forward a package, and I'm going to be putting my full weight behind it, and I'm going to be making an argument to the American people about why this is important and why we have to do everything we can to make sure that something like what happened at Sandy Hook Elementary does not happen again. But ultimately, the way this is going to happen is because the American people say, that's right. We are willing to make different choices for the country, and we support those in Congress who are willing to take those actions. And will there be resistance? Absolutely, there will be resistance. And the question then becomes whether we are actually shook up enough by what happened here that it does not just become another one of these routine episodes where it gets a lot of attention for a couple of weeks and then it drifts away. It certainly won't feel like that to me. This is something that, that was the worst day of my presidency, and it's not something that I want to see repeated.
It hit close to home.
Absolutely.